It is so close, you can almost feel it. Donna Adelson had her final case management hearing before her upcoming murder trial on August 19th. What's up, STS Nation? Welcome to Surviving the Survivor. This is the show that brings you the very best guests in all of true crime. And sometimes we give you shorter little videos summarizing some of the things that happen, like Donna Adelson's last case management hearing. We're going to give you some tidbits on this YouTube video today. It was an interesting hearing, of course, presided over by Judge Stephen Everett. This is a judge who Donna Adelson's defense team wanted removed. They cited some of the search warrants that he signed off on, saying that they were prejudicial to the government. He did not recuse himself. There was no evidence that that was the case, but the defense, of course, trying to muddy the waters. Again, this is the last case hearing before the trial starts in earnest, August 19th. And there are a bunch of outstanding motions that were discussed. And shout out to Professor Emerita at the University of Nebraska School of Law, Joe Patuto, who has actually taught law all over the world, all over the country, in places like London and in New York City, in addition to teaching, of course, for her career at the University of Nebraska Law. And she has some pretty amazing insight. So if you want to watch the full video, it's under the live tab. The hearing lasted a little bit over an hour and, again, was held in the place that Donna hates so much, Tallahassee. What is the irony? It is thick as you know what. All of this happening, the murder happening, because Donna essentially wanted her grandchildren raised in South Florida, not where Dan Markel was teaching law school, which is at FSU up in Tallahassee. And so eventually talk became reality, and a hit was put out on Dan Markel, and that hit was carried out by Sigfredo Garcia, a thug from the Miami Beach area. And the person who helped them with that, Latin Kings gang member Luis Rivera, who's the only person who cut a deal in this case. The middle woman, Katie Magbanawa, behind bars for life, like Sigfredo Garcia, and also like Donna Adelson's son, Charlie Adelson, who was convicted in this murder for hire plot back in November of 2023. It was a week later that Donna Adelson tried to flee the country with a one-way ticket via Dubai to Vietnam. And today, at this final case management hearing, a lot of these issues came to the forefront. Among them was the trip to Vietnam. The government saying, look, it raises consciousness of guilt. The defense wants it suppressed. They tried to suppress it before, it failed, and essentially Judge Stephen Everett said that the important parts of Donna Adelson's attempt to flee to Vietnam will in fact be part of this trial, and that is a big, big problem for the defense. As the hearing got going, one of the other issues that came into play was the dissolution of marriage, otherwise known as the divorce. And the person who helped with that is a guy named Stephen Webster, an attorney in Tallahassee, and an amazing guy. And I know because he is a best guest oftentimes on Surviving the Survivor. Well, he's going to be called as a witness. And the defense today was basically arguing that he can't give his opinions, really, and he can't offer up hearsay, saying that if member of the family told him something and then he's relaying that information, but he is going to be allowed to talk about the intensity of the divorce, the litigious nature of the Adelson family, and of course, Georgia Kaplan making the argument today that the divorce is one of the big motivators in this crime. Again, Vietnam was another issue. And then came up Sarah Youssef. A lot of people said, well, who is Sarah Youssef? She is a one-time friend of Wendi Adelson, also an attorney, and at one point said she had information. So she reached out to the Markel's attorney, who in turn reached out to prosecutors in the state attorney's office in Leon County. That kind of came to a screeching halt in terms of the issues with Sarah Youssef, because Georgia Kaplan, of course, the prosecutor of the year, just one of the best, not just in Florida, but anywhere in the country. She stood up before Judge Stephen Everett and said, look, we are not planning to call Sarah Youssef, essentially ending the arguments over the role of Sarah Youssef. However, if for some reason her name comes into it, the door is open, then she could be called as a rebuttal witness. And if she is called as a rebuttal witness, the scope of her testimony, what she's allowed to talk about, what she's not, would be ruled upon at a later time by Judge Stephen Everett. And that is what he made official to the public today from his seat on the bench in the courtroom in Tallahassee. One of the other issues, of course, revolves around Luis Rivera and the Latin Kings gang. What can he be described as? What can he not be described as? Georgia Kappelman wants to limit some of the discussion over the title Latin Kings gang member because of the prejudicial nature of having a gang member. He's been one of the strongest witnesses at the other trials, and this has been a similar issue at the other trials. The judge gave his ruling on that. Joe Patuto gave some excellent analysis of that as well. Again, if you want to see this hearing in its entirety, you just have to click under the live tab and share your comments with us in the comment section. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. For those who are new to this channel, we do a live 3-panel guest show. We have the best guests in true crime. It is not a tagline. It is our reality. We do that 4 nights a week, Monday through Thursday. And then generally on Fridays, we do a live afternoon show with a panel as well. And you can get all the information on our Twitter/X account at Podcast STS, and we post all the shows on Instagram at Surviving the Survivor as well. We had a global audience tuning in. There's just such a vast interest in this particular case, and we are expecting a lot of eyeballs on this once the trial again gets going in earnest on August 19th. One of the other issues, of course, jury selection. One of the interesting things that came out of this is Judge Stephen Everett said that there would only be 3 alternate jurors. It's a particular interest because during Charlie Adelson's trial, there was sort of one rogue juror that caught a lot of people's attention. We didn't know if that person was an alternate at the time. It turned out that that person was an alternate. There were 6 alternates during that trial. Here, though, only 3 alternates will be chosen. Interestingly, jury selection again starts August 19th. Judge Stephen Everett thought that they could have a pool of jurors, the 15, perhaps as soon as the next day in the afternoon. So jury selection starts early on a Tuesday. He thinks that they can have a jury seated possibly by the end of the day, Wednesday, if not Thursday. Now, the defense basically got up and said, look, we don't want to go right into opening arguments. We're going to need a day just to collect ourselves before we start openings. Then they got to the issue of the calendar, the overall calendar for this case. And Georgia Kappelman said that she wants or will need for her case in chief for the state somewhere between 5 and 7 days. The defense couldn't really give an answer because it depends. There's still a couple of motions in limine that are outstanding, and one of them pertains to some jailhouse informants. So depending on how that is ruled on and what Judge Everett decides, they said it could affect the defense in chief case. But right now, they're essentially saying 4 to 6 days. So you have 5 to 7 days for the government, 4 to 6 days. Plus, you have to factor in jury selection. Plus, you have to factor in opening statements. Plus, you have to factor in closing arguments. And so, therefore, and it's Labor Day, by the way, and Judge Stephen Everett made it clear he is not coming in on Labor Day. So that's 1 day lost already. So Judge Stephen Everett essentially said, look, I'm going to calendar this into the week of September 8th. So, again, jury selection August 19th. But Judge Everett saying, okay, this could go into the week of September 8th. So that would be a lot longer than Charlie Adelson's trial. His trial lasted just 8 days, and a jury came to a verdict in under 3 hours, and that included dinner. So Donna Adelson is hoping that her fate does not come back that quickly, because generally when a jury decides that fast, it is never good for the defendant. Some other interesting little tidbits. Jackie Fulford, who is a Tom Petty lookalike slash Donna Adelson sister lookalike somehow at the same time. She said that in her later years, she's a boomer, I think, and in her later years, she has much bigger font on her computer. Donna Adelson has a much harder time hearing, so she was asking for a repositioning of where the defense table will be. She does not want her computer seen by anyone in the gallery, and she wants the mic to have a mute button for when Donna leans over to speak to her, because she does not want anyone hearing what Donna would say to her. She referred, I believe, if I heard it correctly, to we in the media as media wonks, and she said that she wanted to make sure that there was reserved seating. Georgia did for family behind Georgia for the Markels. That's where they sat last time, right behind Prosecutor Kappelman and Prosecutor Dugan. But then Jackie Fulford said, and Josh Zellman said, well, look, Donna Adelson's going to have friends and family here to support her. Very interesting. Who is that? Is it going to be her husband, Harvey Adelson? He's on both witness lists. Can he be sitting there the entire time? We don't know. Will Wendi show up? We have no idea. We don't think so. By the way, we got word from Josh Zellman on more than one occasion today that it sounds like Donna Adelson will be testifying on her own behalf at this trial. So she may have some friends there. And Josh Zellman and Jackie Fulford said, please clear out a couple of rows for family members. So behind the defense, there'll probably be 2, if not 3 rows. And behind the government, 2, if not 3 rows for family. So that kind of shrinks the size of the courtroom for both media and the general public who want to watch this. And there is a voracious appetite. So we'll see how all that factors in. Judge Everett said he will have one live pool camera there. I believe it is going to be Court TV representing the pool, and one still camera that is typically from the Tallahassee Democrat, the local newspaper. So media will be present. STS will be present. I will be up there with Steve Cohen beginning on the first day of jury selection until we get a verdict. We will be doing live court hearings in the morning. We will be doing a lunch update, what we call lunch lives. I know that is a very original name, but we'll be doing lunch lives, then the afternoon session, and then a very short break into an evening wrap-up show. And if there's any other huge breaking news while we're up in Tallahassee, we will bring that to you as well. Again, the full unedited, unredacted version of the final case management hearing with Donna Sue Adelson is under the live tab. You can go there after here and actually watch it all. Hear Joe Patuto give her amazing analysis. Look at the jovial Judge Stephen Everett, who's just, as I said in the show, that he is universally loved. He has just a great command of the courtroom. He is presiding over this case, and I'm excited to see him again. Excited to see Georgia and Sarah, and curious to see how Donna looks. She was in a orange jumpsuit today. Spoiler alert, orange jumpsuit. But for the trial, she'll likely be looking like a demure grandmother. So already the anticipation begins. Donna's final case management hearing in the books. Check it out under the live tab. Love you, America. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Be kind. Don't kill anyone, please.